Hi everybody, I've got a good variety of new books this week. I've got manga, I've got graphic novels, I've got mystery, I've got romantic comedy, you name it. This is a really good one. In Clues to the Universe, Benji and Ro meet and quickly become friends after accidentally taking the other's folder home on the first day of school. It turns out they have some very important things in common and some qualities that really complement one another. Both of them are missing their fathers. Rose passed away recently, and she's determined to follow in his scientist footsteps and build a rocket in his honor. And Benji, a budding artist, is convinced that his favorite graphic novelist is actually his long-absent father, and that he's been leaving clues within the stories because he wants Benji to find him. So, the two make a deal. Ro agrees to help Benji find his father if he helps her design a science fair award-winning rocket. The story goes back and forth between the two characters, and it's a really cool look at how art and science are actually a little more alike than you'd think. And it's a great story of friendship. The author, Christine Lee, is pretty interesting herself. She's a senior in college studying economics who loves to write fiction. This is her first published novel, and she'll be speaking at a live, free virtual event hosted by the Mystery Galaxy Bookstore in San Diego. If you're interested in checking it out, you can go to their website or email me. You ever been tempted, maybe recently, just to unplug from everything for a while? Well, in this story, the spoiled son of a Silicon Valley tech guru is forced to do just that when his dad sends him away to this summer wellness camp. This is the last thing that he wants, but he tries to make the most of it and make some friends like Grace, Tyrell, and Brooklyn. And one day they'll force him sneak off and discover a mysterious mansion, which seems to be kind of a control tower for the now very strange seeming camp that they're staying in. It's a fun adventure from the author of Restart and Masterminds. This is a brand new Rick Riordan Presents book, and so it's all about mythology. Mesopotamian mythology, to be specific. In this story, we meet Sikander, or Sik. He's busy working at his family's New York City deli one night when suddenly Nicole, the ancient Mesopotamian god of disease, and his crew of demons come crashing in, demanding some sort of stolen treasure that they're convinced the family has. So a plague overtakes first his parents, putting them into a coma, and then spreads throughout the entire New York City. And Sik has no idea what this angry god is looking for. But luckily, the goddess of love and war, Ishtar, and her teenage daughter show up to help him out. Along the way, they encounter some pretty epic characters like Gilgamesh, who's searching for the flower of immortality. Sik is a pretty witty guy, and like most Rick Riordan protagonists, he's an unwilling hero who has some very personal struggles, like the recent death of his older brother. But his take on all the crazy things happening around him is also really funny and interesting. If you'd like to hear more from the author, the Mystery Galaxy Bookstore will also be hosting a live conversation with him this Sunday at 2 o'clock. This is a romantic comedy from the author of Tweet Cute, which was our most popular book last week. So when 16-year-old Abby's best friend and secret crush, Leo, convinces her to take a DNA test with him, she does it to support his desire to find out more about his birth family. Turns out that her results are even more shocking than his. She has a sister. And not just any sister, but an Instagram influencer sister named Savvy. The two connect and decide to meet at the same summer camp where their parents met, which reminds me a little bit of The Parent Trap. And Leo joins her, and the summer turns out to be full of more unexpected revelations and adventures. This author seems to be really good at getting the social media, finding your true identity story, and if you like that, thrown in with a little bit of romance, this might be the story for you. This is a mystery that is great for fans of movies like Knives Out. In this one, 16 random people are gathered for the reading of Samuel W. Westing's will. No one knows why the man selects these people he barely knows to inherit his entire fortune together. There's a catch, though. Westing's lawyer divides them into 2 teams of 8 and gives them each a set of clues, these random words scribbled on a piece of paper, with one instruction: win. It's a great mystery and a great last message from a very interesting main character. What happens when you make a bad choice for a good reason? In The Nightmare Thief, our main character, Marin, does just that. She's been working in her family shop where they sell dreams, little sachets that people can put under their tongues before they fall asleep. And there are all kinds of dreams that people can buy. They can buy flying dreams, adventure dreams, and yes, even nightmare dreams if they choose to, because that's the one rule at this family shop. No one can give you a dream without your consent. And so that's usually how it goes until Marin is tempted to break that rule when her sister becomes very sick, falls into a coma, and she's convinced that maybe she can wake her up if she gives her the right dream. So she gives it a shot. It seems to be working, but unfortunately, someone caught her on camera. And this girl, Obscura, threatens to blackmail her and won't keep her family secret unless she decides to help her out and craft secret nightmares for her to give to all of her worst enemies. And this turns out to be part of a larger, more sinister scheme going on in the town. Ultimately, Marin has to decide whether she will save her family or save the town from her family's magic. This is a great one for the cat lovers. When Katie's friends start planning to go to a summer camp that she can't afford, she's determined to raise the money on her own. So she takes on cat sitting. But her first gig for her upstairs neighbor is a crazy one. The woman has 217 cats. And not only that, they're not normal cats either. Katie starts to wonder what's really going on with her neighbor and why she always seems to be out of town when there's a local crime committed. This is a fun, mystery-filled graphic novel about trying to hold on to friendships. It's great for fans of Raina Telgemeier's Guts or the Awkward series. If you haven't checked out this manga series, it's super popular and super interesting. It's been adapted into an anime series and a movie. It's set in modern day, but in this world, about 80% of the population has a special power called a quirk. And no two people have the same quirk. Now, these people tend to fall in one of two categories, the heroes or the villains. And the villains are the people who use their quirks for selfish or criminal reasons. So in this one, which is volume 26, Hawk and the Safety Commission have managed to get their hands on some top secret information. There's a big villain attack coming, and the heroes have to do all they can to prepare.